Hey guys, Gym Professor here, and I've got a new series. So what I'm going to do is start to review some supplements that you can buy in the stores. Now, being a 9 to 5 worker, obviously you're going to be outside quite a lot, so you can't always prepare meals at home. So one of the things that I've found is that there's actually quite a few good options now in the supermarkets. Now, this is the first one. It's called For Goodness Shakes, so it's a really good name. It's really catchy. And this is called Elite. And it's got 50 grams of protein in it. So I had it this morning. It tasted really good. So what I'll do is I'll go through the macros. I'll also touch on the price as well. And then I'll look at the ingredients and just talk about, the ratio between carbs, fats, and proteins, as well as the protein source itself, because that's very important, right? Okay, so going into this initially, the first thing that I'll notice is that it's quite a big bottle. Price-wise, it's actually really good. So this was £2 with a Nectar card from Sainsbury's, which is really good. For 50 grams of protein, that's actually pretty good. It's chocolate. You can get strawberry as well, I believe. The taste is good. Quite a neutral taste. One thing I noticed that this is a milk-based product. So the protein is milk protein, so casein and whey, which is really good, has the amino acids and a complete protein source. So very good for recovery and muscle growth and repair. One thing I did notice that I was going to mention is that it didn't really sit in my stomach, which is good because I tend to, when I have milk, it tends to make me bloat a bit. And I read on here actually that this is lactose free. So they've put something in here which actually reduces the amount of lactose in it, which is another plus point for this product. So great product so far. In terms of downsides, I would say the biggest downside probably is the fact that it has a decent amount of carbs in there. So 24 grams of carbs, which isn't bad, right? And it's a given. If you're going to have a milk-based product, you have to have carbs with that as well. You're going to naturally have it. I mean, if you're going to have something, if you want a protein source which doesn't have many carbs, then you can isolate that out with something like whey protein isolate or beef isolate, or even a chicken breast, for example. In terms of total calories, this has 312, so it's not too bad as a supplement. But you're getting 50 grams of protein, hardly any fat, so about 1.4 grams of fat, and 24 grams of carbs. So the ratios are really good. This works out really good actually. I would recommend having this if you're out for the day, like if you're on off-site, or you've just not had lunch, or you couldn't have breakfast because you had an early meeting, for example. I would grab one of these. Just very easy to drink. You can down it in like literally a few minutes, or you can stagger it out and have it throughout the day. The other great thing about this is that it's UHT, so ultra heat treated, which means that you don't actually have to store it in the fridge. It won't go off, and it'll have quite a decent shelf life. So guys, overall, this is probably like a 9 or 9.5 out of 10. So I've started quite high and the bar's been set pretty high. What I'll do is I'll continue to do these reviews of supplements. Hopefully they're quite useful, and it gives you options to, to buy things from a supermarket when obviously you can't prepare stuff at home, or you're busy or having a tough day or a long day. Now, in terms of where this is available, obviously this is from the UK. Now I'm guessing in America or in the West generally, you're going to have options which are quite similar to this. So if you can find a decent protein shake, I mean, some of them, I would say you should look for the ratio between carbs and protein. That's probably the most important thing, as well as the source of protein as well. Taste also comes into it, as well as price. But guys, hopefully that was useful for this product. As I said, this is a new series, and I think what I'll do is I'll just touch on supplements, protein bars, as well as other things, as well as eating out. Like, for example, whether you're going to a Nando's, for example, for a team outing or team lunch, I'll tell you what are good options for you if you're on a diet, or you're trying to hit your fitness goals at the same time, while not coming across as antisocial by not attending those events. Guys, hope that's useful. If it is, drop me a follow, subscribe, and just like the video and drop a comment. And if there's any supplements or recommendations that you have or any you want me to review, just drop them down below. And yeah, guys, see you on the next one. Take care.